I'm recording on my end.
So am I.
And welcome back after a long, long wait.
2 months.
2 months.
And for a random Thursday.
Yes, I think our YouTube channel, is a year old.
It's well over a year
year
old. It's almost like a year and a half at this point.
Wow. Almost 2.
Okay, let's not say that because then that makes me aware of time and I don't want to be aware of that.
And why not?
I don't like thinking about the fact that we're getting older and that the past just gets further and further away.
Well, that's good because the past should be further and further away.
Speaking of past, what did you do today?
I did horse.
And can you explain what that is?
Oh, it's a horse. That's really it.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what a horse means?
You did horse? Like, what does that mean?
I did horse. Yes, I did horse.
You did a whore?
No, horse. With an H, not a W.
Yeah, so you did a horse. What does that mean?
I did a horse. I found a horse and did it. No. Okay, so horse is a basketball game that you can play with your friends. Or basically you're supposed to match each other's baskets, I guess.
Oh.
Shots.
So it's like, are you playing against each other or together?
I guess against each other. But we didn't end up doing that. No, we didn't end up doing that. We had each basketball and we just, talked. And I actually have a basketball that he lent me right here.
Ooh, shoot some hoops.
Yep. Actually, so in our neighborhood, the park we went to, the basketballs didn't have any basketballs. The hoops, I guess. The hoops didn't have any nets. The nets on there? None of them had any, so we had to get a ladder and put our own.
Oh.
And that was fun.
You did something for the community.
And then we took it back down.
Oh.
When we were done. Because, is the kids who pulled them down. Like, the kids jump up and try to grab them and pull them down. And that's what happens.
I thought it was because it's so old, they just,
fell off.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them. I can see that happening. But usually it's the kids.
I mean, I don't do anything physical, so I didn't know that was a game.
Oh, yeah. So you don't do anything physical. You don't move your arms or you walk around.
Well, you see, when I did go to the park, this was a few days ago, and I was, trying to be like a healthy nature person. That
sounds funny.
There was consequences to that. Okay, my body isn't used to being outside, so it reacted, and I was just I used a whole roll of toilet paper because we had no tissues, and my nose was just dripping constantly. And it was a horrible 2-3 days, but I can say I'm good now. But so, I'm just never going outside again.
What's it called? Your dog. You said that you thought she was dying, right?
Oh, yeah. This was a few weeks ago now. My mom called me to the room because she saw that my dog was acting weird. And when I went in, my dog was flopping around like a fish, like she was having a seizure, so that's what we assumed what was happening. And I was like, okay, well, we gotta take her somewhere because this isn't normal behavior. And then when I got closer to her, I saw that there was blood around her mouth, and I was like, okay, there's something really wrong now. So, we take her to the vet, and it's at 10, 11 o'clock and at night. And when we get there, the vet office is right next to a bar, so there's all these people outside of the bar, and people on motorcycle, just like a motorcycle gang just out there. And my mom was like, well, I'm not comfortable getting off. And of course I didn't want to get off. And so we just sat there in the car for like 20-30 minutes, just like calling the office to see if they would take her in. And nobody ever picked up, so we just went back home. And she was fine. She was like running around as if nothing happened once we got back home. And it turns out she was flopping around because it was storming that night. And she woke up in a panic, and because her bed is right by the TV, there's some wires that dangle. And because she woke up all panicked, she got herself tangled in the wires, and that's why she was flopping around. And the blood was from the fact that she was on her period and she was licking herself. So everything's good now.
That's a very good story. I just have to say that. It's a very good story.
And also the story of thinking our house got broken into. See, the past few weeks have just been like misunderstandings, because a couple days ago my mom took my brother to the doctor's because he had this like lump on his neck, and I already like start freaking out because I'm like, okay, this is cancer. Like anytime anything's wrong, I'm like, cancer, because that's what Google tells you. And so we take him to the doctor's, and turns out everything's fine. So my brother doesn't have cancer, thankfully. It's just that his wisdom teeth are coming in, and that's why that area is swollen. And now that it's been 2 days, like, it's already gone down, the little bump. And anyway, we come back home, and I'm like, okay, let's chill. And we see that the garage door is wide open, and my mom, she goes inside for like 20 seconds or something, but then she comes back out and she calls 911 because she swears that she closed the garage door. And I'm like, I don't remember that you did. But the fact is that it doesn't really matter if she closed it or not, because it was open and the door was also unlocked. So either way, someone could have gotten in and, done whatever they wanted to do in a house. And well, we're just waiting on the cops to come, and they're taking their sweet time. And also this day it was raining, so I understand, because once it rains, there's so many accidents that happen here. But anyway, we're waiting, and then my mom just decides to go talk to one of our neighbors, and it's this like sweet old man. He looks older, and his wife, and they're like, okay, we can look through the house for you. So then they look through the house, and everything seems to be in place. I mean, we have like electronics right by the door. Like, that would be the first thing someone would steal if someone had walked in, and that was there. So we just come back inside, and the cops finally show up like 2 hours later, and he doesn't even look through the house. He's just like, oh, everything's good, okay, bye, gotta go. And yeah, that's it. Everything was just a misunderstanding. No dying dog, no cancer, no stolen house. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be very hard to steal a house.
No stolen belongings from a house. But my concern wasn't even like all the things that we have. I was just like, is my dog even in the house? Because the door was open. But she was just here chilling. But yeah, that's been my life. What about you? Wait, you don't even go by you boy anymore, do you?
I mean, I can still go on you boy on here on the podcast. I don't see why not.
But could you explain the name change on the other channel?
Main change? What are you talking about?
Okay, if you don't want to speak about it.
So my other channel. Previously, yes. You Boy Productions. Currently, Mr. Junior. And that's very much it.
I mean, what compelled you to change it?
Because that sounds like... Okay, So one of my main goals in life is to be a successful, someone somewhat successful at the very least, author. And on the internet, I want to be. That's why I want my pen name to be Mr. Junior. And so my main thing that I have the most views, I got like 7,100 and some views concurrently with my videos. Like that's where I'm most known, basically. Like, so I decided to change my name there to Mr. Junior, and then on Instagram and Twitter as well. I would do it on Discord, but I haven't logged into Discord on my new phone, and I was trying to do that right now before the podcast. So I gotta do that afterwards, some point.
A fellow you cousin has actually been messaging us on Discord. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering why you haven't replied to those, but that explains it.
Yeah. My old phone is there, but just haven't touched it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's your goal, if that's your goal, I think Mr. Junior looks much nicer than you boy.
You boy protection.
You boy is just. It's just, I mean, you boy is like an internet thing. Like, it just sounds like an internet thing.
The reason I picked Mr. Junior is because it's kind of like an oxymoron. Like, Junior and Mr. Mr. is like a title, like Mr. Jackson. It's like of like someone of prominence to say, so, and Junior is like, oh, what's up, little Junior? How you doing? Kind of thing. So Mr. Junior is like, boom. A mixture of both.
Did you ever feel like that as a kid when people called you that?
No. Because I didn't know better.
Do you feel that way now?
No. Because I'm used to it.
What a great life life motto.
What's it called? It's also partly due to Mr. T. And Mr. T's reason is way more grandiose than mine in comparison. So, Mr. T, right? The guy with the mohawk and the gold chains and everything. So, his father, people would call him Boy. His father, they would call him Boy. So in a way to honor his father, he decided to name himself legally Mr. T, because Mr., it's you address someone that way, like Mr. Hello, Mr. This and that, and that's why his name is Mr. T. So thank you, Mr. T.
Yes, thank you.
He's a nice guy. He is a nice guy. I've seen interviews. He's a real nice guy.
At first I thought you were talking about the T-Man.
No. You don't know? You didn't. Mr. T-Man does not have a mohawk or gold chains. Chains. T-Man is thinning of hair. If he hears this, I'm sorry. And the most luxurious thing he has is a keychain.